It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's time for the morning show on XL7-TV. My name is Bob Reckenwell, and this is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies, how are you, sir?
I am doing all right.
I had you rushing around this morning.
Yeah, crammed right at the end. I had it down to 10 seconds left when I finally had it up.
Piece of cake.
You're
a trained professional.
I'm a trained amateur. Don't try this at home.
You know, you can tell school's getting ready to start. I think they're out making dry runs this morning. I got behind this little white car.
Oh, that's what you're going to blame it on.
Oh, I am going to
We're blaming it on the little white car.
The little white car.
Oh, sort of like that fish that got away.
I don't fish. But I did get behind a little white car, and my goodness, if the sign said 30, she did 25. Sign said 35, she did 20. It was nuts. It was nuts. Anyway, how are you this morning?
I'm doing all right.
Being a little rushed, but you're okay?
A little rush, but I've got it.
You got it?
We're going now.
We're good.
I can get back in the flow.
Did you get any good rain
my heart
last
rate
night?
down. We got a little bit. We got some. I don't know that it was anything major, but we got some.
Yeah.
Either that or I slept through it, one or the
you
other.
slept through it, because when I went to bed at 1 this morning, it was raining pretty good.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty hard, pretty
Yeah,
steady.
I went out.
No wind, though, which was good.
Last time I went out was probably close to 10 o'clock, and it was lightly raining,
Yeah.
but nothing major.
Well, that's good. We can use that soaker, make that grass grow even faster than what it's growing now.
There you go. There you go. Keep you in the business.
Yeah, it's the wrong time of year for that. It needs to be happening in June. Morning prayer is brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, 29 locations serving, one in Memphis, Tennessee. Their motto is with all our respect, but that's not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins-Byler and her staff all across the state of Arkansas do a wonderful job doing something that I don't want to do.
It'd be a tough job. It would be.
Absolutely a tough job. Pre-planning is probably one of the most important things you can do to help your family and to keep them from grieving and having to deal with all your stuff. They'll grieve, but they won't have to deal with all your stuff. And
It makes a difference. It really does.
so it'll absolutely make a difference. Let's go to Lord in prayer. Father God, we just thank you for the day. Thank you for the wonderful rain that you've given us, even though it's sometimes a little overabundant, but it's better than the 5.7 inches they were calling for the other night. And we appreciate the cooler temperatures, the cooler weather, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful time to be alive. And Lord, we just pray that you'll be with the students as they get ready to go back to school, the administration, the teachers, and Lord, and always keep eye over our first responders, our firefighters, our policemen, our EMTs, our doctors, and our nurses. And Lord, we just pray that you will be with our government and help them figure out what they're trying to figure out, because they need all the help they can get. And it's in Christ's name which we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So we're going to take a look at a clip from Bob and Linda Zadora. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
I've gotten the wrong. You can't hold another conversation as I'm trying to do something else. I'm counting up instead of down.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV, and I'm waiting for the countdown, and Scooter's
I'm up to 8.
in 5, 6,
7, 8.
7, 8. Wait a minute.
We're going to go at 10. All right, here we go.
What a deal. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Realty here in Mountain Home. Century 21 Lee Mac. I left Lee Mac out. How come I left the Lee Mac out?
I don't know.
I'm rushing. You got me rushing, Scooter. What's the deal?
I got you rushing. It didn't seem like you were rushing at all this morning to get here.
Well, you know. 870-405-0793 is their phone number. retiredarkansas.net is their website. If you'll go there, click the live views, this is what you can see. And I expected it to be foggy this morning.
I expected it to be a lot more foggy, yeah.
It's a great shot of Cotter, Arkansas. From the Marion County, Arkansas side, what you're looking at is the baseball field, Railroad Museum, just the downtown area of Cotter. Off to your left is the Rainbow Bridge at about the 9 o'clock position. At the 11 o'clock, you're looking at the horizon, which takes you out into the state of Missouri. About 10 o'clock is the city of Bull Shoals. You can't see it quite as well in the fog, but Bull Shoals is over there. City of Mountain Home is to the far right. And it's just a great, getting other good shots still alive and well here. There's a good shot of the bridge. It really opens up that baseball field. This used to be my favorite shot, but the bridge shot now is taking its place.
Did it?
Yeah.
I like the next shot where it goes off to the right and you got that little island over there.
Got the little island there.
Yeah.
No fishermen this morning. That's what we call God's country. If you want to take a look at that, you can keep zipping through retiredarkansas.net. Check out any MLS listing we have in our area, or you can give them a call at 870-405-0793. Set up an appointment. They'll be glad to help you. These are realtors you could recommend to your friends, but I always say they're busy, but never too busy to help you with your realty needs. I'm going to keep talking until we get that next shot.
Oh, you're wanting that next shot. Yeah, my favorite shot.
Yeah, I want to see what it is. Anyway, they've redone their website, Scooter. They've got 15 or so of these shots all across the river, the horizon. It's just a great asset.
If you haven't had a
they've
chance
got
to go
for
to
us.
their website in a while, you guys need to, because there is a lot of stuff on that site.
Here we go. Well, it
But
didn't go far enough yet.
It'll move over here in just a second. But they've got, of course, all the MLS listing. These cameras are on there, but they also got events that are going on. They just got so much on that website. It's completely redone, very user-friendly. It's got so many 5-star ratings. It's just a great site.
It's the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, realtors over at Century 21 Lemac Realty. Again, their phone number is 870-405-0793, and there's a Scooter shot right there.
I like that. And then they got actually a zoomed-in one that comes up later, but it's pretty neat.
That zoomed-in one's going to be a little bit foggy, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty good fog right there. Contractors Trust, the old railroad depot, is right there. Go check them out. retiredarkansas.net. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, 870-405-0793. Let's take a look at the weather temperatures. The temperature weathers. In Mountain Home, it's 67. Harrison, 67. Batesville is 68. Yellville is 67. Marshall, 68. Salem, 67. Mountain View, 68. Calico Rock, 67. West Plains, 67. Springfield, Missouri, 67. Poplar Bluff, 68. St. Louis, Missouri, up north, 63.
67's the winner. That's most of
67 is the winner?
them.
Yep. Who's the loser?
Yeah. I'm going to say that 63, it's out there by itself.
I'm thinking 63 is the winner.
There you go.
Anybody in the 63 right now is a winner. We're going to zoom out a little bit here and take a look at the weather across the state of Arkansas. A good band of showers is running across the state at this time, running from west back to the east, from Fort Smith to Memphis, down around Little Rock, up Jonesboro. That's going to zoom back in here. See what's happening a little bit closer to home. Looks like the very tip of Baxter County has had some rain, and we may get some more around 9, 10 o'clock this morning, but after that it looks like it's going to clear up some, which is way, way better. Did you see that report? 5.7 inches is what they were estimating for us.
Ooh, I didn't see that.
I am awfully glad.
That would be ugly.
I'm awful glad that didn't happen, because they're just now getting the dams, the lake levels back to normal, and 5 inches of rain would have ruined all that good work.
Ooh. All right. And as you can see here on the blank screen.
Yeah, and the blank screen comes up. A monsoon season remains in the southwest.
They can have it.
Torrential rains in Denver. Isn't that something? Yeah, good thing we're not getting any of that. We could have, though. That 5.7, I'd call that torrential.
In the southwest and then Denver. Oh, okay. Teach his own.
Hey, we don't write the story. We just read it. However, the state of Arkansas does not have any kind of advisories in it right now. All the heat advisories down south in the north half of Louisiana, in the central east of Texas. A flood advisory, special weather statement. I don't know what that would be for them, but probably some golf rains, I would imagine. 7-day forecast looks like this. Today, 90% chance of rain, high of 72. Decreasing clouds tonight, low of 59. High tomorrow, it's 83 and sunny. Tomorrow night, 61 degrees, mostly clear. Friday, sunny, high of 85. Friday night, low of 65, mostly clear. Chance of thunderstorms on Saturday, high of 87. Saturday night, 30% chance of thunderstorms, low of 67. And on Sunday, 16, high of 81. Sunday night, 50% chance of showers, low of 67. Monday, showers and thunderstorms likely. 60% chance of rain, high near 80. Monday night, low of 67. And then Tuesday, it's going to rain some more, high of 81. Pollen today, none tomorrow, none on Friday for tree. Grass today is moderate, low tomorrow, low on Friday. Ragweed moderate today, low tomorrow, and low on Friday. Stay tuned, that's subject to change.
It will change.
Lake levels, Norfolk 557.44, which is 5.44 above full pool. And they are not generating at this time. Bull Shoals Lake is 663.98, which is 4.98 above full pool. And they are currently generating 3. If you want to check out the generation report for yourself, give them a call at 870-431-5311. I suggest you do that if you're planning any trip on the river at any time during the day. Give them a call. They'll let you know what the latest is. The report this morning was 3 at Bull Shoals, 0 at Norfolk, and that was as of 6 o'clock this morning. And that is the weather and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetiredArkansas.net is their website. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed?
Eight, 9. Oh, we're back. Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. How about some news, Scooter? We got anything exciting we're talking about?
I don't know. Got Bomberfest.
That is exciting. There
you go. There you go. It's the only thing exciting I know of.
Bomberfest will be held at Bomber Stadium. What a great place to hold it, right? Bomber Stadium. It's a good idea.
I wonder why they called it Bomberfest. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's just coincidence, I guess.
Yeah, just a coincidence. Those of you that are new to town, Bomberfest is the annual kickoff that they have for the football season. It'll be a rib cook-off sponsored by KTLO and First Security Bank.
Yep.
I think Mitch told us they had 13 entries, different groups going to be cooking at that. There's going to be bounce houses. There's going to be a bunch of vendor booths there. A dunk tank. You can dunk your favorite coach. Are you sitting in on any of that?
No, they don't have me on the list. I'm one of the lucky ones.
That's probably good. There'd be a line. You'd never make it up top to do the broadcast.
Well, that would be the part of the problem is I've got to get everything set up upstairs.
Yep.
Because this is one of the first times that they've ever put the benefit game in Bomberfest.
I think it is the first time.
Yep.
Yeah. The tickets for the attendees from Mountain Home are going to be taken care of by a donor. So they're going to keep track to how many people from Mountain Home come to the ball game, and there is a local donor that's going to pick up the tab for all the parents and spectators from Mountain Home. The Jonesboro spectators are asked to do their tickets online, which will be a little bit different for them.
You are encouraged to bring dry goods or something like that?
You are good to bring non-perishable foods for the backpack program, which would be awesome. They should. it would cost you normally $5 to get into the game for an adult. Go buy yourself $5 worth of non-perishable foods and bring that to the game.
There you go.
They'll accept those there at the ticket booth. There'll be, I'm sure, several boxes and maybe a pickup truck or something to put it in. But non-perishable foods will be your admission fee to get into the Bomberfest. And didn't they say I was going to start about 4:30?
Yeah. All the festivities start about 4:30. The game won't be until 7, but they've got all the other activities and the bounce houses and everything going on before then.
If you're in a viewing area and you're not able to attend the ball game, which we highly recommend that you go to the game. There's nothing like sitting in a football stadium for a high school football game. But if you can't make it there, you can watch the game here at XL7-TV, Facebook Live, YouTube. If you're out eating, you can watch it at Live Edge, Brick Oven Pizza, Old Mill Tavern, Back 40. Who am I missing? Beer Belly's Bar and Grill up in Missouri.
There's a lot of them. We are
putting our list together, and we will be running that commercial. But there are places you can watch it. Watch the marquees; they'll let you know where you can see it. But it's going to be great. We're looking forward to a great football season this year.
You bet. And got the fair coming up too.
And the fair starts the 23rd, which is what, Monday?
Yep.
Fair will start on the 23rd, and that's going to be a good time. They're doing a big ticket giveaway at Hardee's. If you buy a combo meal at Hardee's and you have to ask for your ticket, they'll give you a ticket to the fair.
Really?
Yep. But you have to buy a combo meal, and you can drive through and get you a free pass to get into the fair. So that'll be a good time.
There you go.
That'll be a good time, too. So right now, we're going to take our break. We're going to come back with the Veterans Administration folks, Dan Hall and
Scoma.
Miss Scoma.
Yes.
There you go. Be back in just a moment.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans, and Hollie Scoma.
So close.
So close, but yet so far. District 3 Veteran Service Officer, welcome and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
What time did y'all get here this morning?
About 7. We've been sitting over here in the corner.
Yeah,
Before you.
Conferring. We got it before you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
But you did show up. So.
Because, see, he can run the show without me. He can't run the show without y'all.
He'll make something.
Him sitting here by himself for 45 minutes or an hour would just not be pretty.
I feel like he could go to like VA.gov.
I'd be
mess
fine.
around.
I'd be fine. Put me in a closet. I'll have a good time. No problem.
Well, I know what I'm doing Friday. Or not doing. How y'all been?
Been busy.
I bet.
Busy.
I bet.
It has been crazy. Both her and I have been running. You know, we did the trip to Boulder, Colorado last month, and that was worthwhile.
Did both of y'all go?
Yeah. My wife and I drove, and I guess she drove, and we all managed to get there.
And back.
And back.
And back.
Yeah. But then you have to catch up on everything that you didn't get
See,
done.
we can't tell that you actually made it there, but we definitely know that you made it back.
We made it back, absolutely.
No, we have pictures of us there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We were there.
You know, we were sitting here doing the first 15 minutes, the weather and stuff, and I could overhear y'all talking. There is so much red tape y'all have to cut through.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea what you were talking about, but the things that you're saying about this letter and that letter and not having this and not having that, does it ever end?
No, and it gets worse. It used to be you could file a claim on a napkin, and that set your date. Whenever it was finished, it would go back to that date. Well, then they got where claims were 7, 8 years before they were decided. We've put in a lot of work to come up with what they call a fully developed claim, so you can't just submit on a piece of paper anymore. There are all these forms and your doctors, that statements about whether it's service connected or whatever. And on the first answer on the fully developed claims, we had it down to about 60 days. I think it's about 120 now because of
I was
COVID.
trying to pull it up, to see. I think it's 160 something now. So
But
still
all that means is we're going to look at all your stuff and probably deny it, and then you have to appeal it. So you're still talking.
Kind of like Social Security, they kind of deny everything
Yes.
up front anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you just figure on that they're going to. A lot of people just go away after they deny the first time for whatever thing.
And how many do, Dan? How
A
many
lot.
How many figure just say, forget it, I'll go get a part-time job, or I'll go to my own doctor, or I'll go do this?
I don't have any way of knowing a number on that, but I know it's pretty significant. I always tell people, when you file, assume they're going to deny, and you appeal the denial, and when they deny that, you appeal the denial and the appeal, and keep it open. And eventually things happen. And for example, we have just got the PACT Act passed, and the PACT Act finally creates a presumption for certain cancers and problems that are related to
burn pits,
burn pit contamination and what have you. And we finally got hypertension as a presumptive for Agent Orange, going way back to Vietnam. So there are going to be a lot of new claims filed. They're going to have to go back, and all the claims for hypertension that they denied years ago.
Oh, they can open them
Yeah,
back
they have
up
to go.
They
and
have to
re-review
open them back
yeah.
up. Basically, there's 3 different
Methods.
places where you might be. You might have a claim pending on appeal. So that's one group. Then you'll have those who are new files.
That have never filed ever before. So then
And
they
then
have
you'll
to file
have some that were denied 15 years ago. And so all of those will have to be readjudicated.
And there's ones for deaths as well, for the widows.
That's where I was just headed, because that brings up the big question. If someone is battling this from a Vietnam era problem and they pass, what happens to their dependents?
So their dependents can file again. So they
get
would,
a lump sum death benefit of some sort, or they get some kind of back pay?
they would, so they're not sure
More
how
red
that's going to
tape.
work. Yeah. So they're still trying to figure out that process for DIC. I haven't seen a lot on that they could just file for it. So it's death indemnity compensation. We call it DIC. So if their spouse died of a service-connected disability, which now hypertension could be, so if it's on their death certificate and they passed and they have that proof that they were around Agent Orange, then they can file again for DIC and potentially get that. And it's a monthly, monthly stipend for them.
For
So I encourage
for a
every-
certain period of time?
No, that can be for the rest of their lives.
Rest of their
Survivor
lives.
benefits.
Yeah.
I really encourage veterans to go ahead and file if you have hypertension, because even if you are rated very low and don't get a monthly benefit, for instance, if you're service connected for hypertension and you have a stroke and die,
Yeah.
that's a supplemental.
That's a service-connected death, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
and
so,
so-
their spouses can be compensated even if they weren't receiving anything for it. So it's
So last month when you were here, you made mention, guys or gals, you may not be doing this for yourself, but do it for your loved ones.
yeah.
Absolutely.
File for it. You deserve it. You've
Yeah,
earned it.
Yeah, it's their benefits. They've
Yeah.
earned it. And so I would encourage them not to go to lawyers. I've seen a lot of that lately too, where people are going to these lawyers that can help them file as well, but they charge them a portion of their benefit that they get back for the lawyer costs. So your veteran service officer can do it for free. Their county, district, we have some at the state. So like we can help you and get this benefit, and you don't have to pay for somebody to file the paperwork.
That's what you're getting paid for.
Yeah.
That's the job that you do.
That's the job we do, so. So I've seen a lot more of those. And
Well,
then, so
and
there's 20 different things for the Gulf War too. So like Dan had said, it's a lot of new things were added with the PACT Act. So 2 things for Vietnam and 20 cancers.
20 new ones?
20 new ones for
Wow.
burn pits and for Gulf War and OIF, OEF.
Okay, what's that?
Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom, sorry.
Welcome to Alphabet Soup.
And
Here's your cooks.
Right.
Always
Dan and Hollie.
remind veterans, we're talking about filing these things. When you do it, you got to have some patience, because if talking about the VA, the second largest bureaucracy in the world, there never seems to be a sense of urgency. This PACT Act finally got passed after 2 years of messing with it. Actually, and it was a combination of a bunch of other things that had been put off for the last 5 years. It's a huge bill. But the last word I got yesterday was they were encouraging you to start filing now, but they're not going to do anything until January of 23.
Yeah, so they've already incurred a huge backlog just from being passed, not even 2 weeks ago?
Right.
So just from it passing the Senate, they got an overwhelming number of calls and claims filed within a very short time. And
So this is something that just passed, this PACT Act that
Yeah.
you're talking about.
I want to say on the 6th.
How many, this would be an uncomfortable question, but Dan can handle it anyway.
There you go. You pass it to him.
I am. How many levels of bureaucracy do they have that could be done away with? They're just jobs that people are filling.
I think it comes out, and it's not unique to the VA system, it's healthcare in general. For every provider that actually treats a patient, there's probably 10 administrators in the office that
Tell
file
them why they're
papers.
not going to cover it.
Well, with Medicare and Medicaid and all the different things,
Yeah.
a lot of administration goes on. But the thing you have to remember with VA is there's actually 2 VAs. There's the provider side, the healthcare side, and then there's the eligibility side.
Yeah.
And you got to get through the eligibility side before you can get to the treatment side. That's where you have all the delays. And if it's taking 120, 180 days to actually decide on a claim, and assuming that they deny it for whatever reason, now you're talking years before the appeal process is over with. Now,
And these people aren't just going to automatically heal themselves. So what do they
No.
do for treatment in the meantime?
they go untreated in a lot of cases. And
So, or they're paying co-pays or
Right.
getting those extra medical bills and trying to keep them down.
And whatever private insurance they may have.
Mm-hmm.
If they then get approved after they've gone through all this stuff, does the VA have to reimburse the provider at that point?
So the VA can, but that's a process in itself as well. So they would have to go to the VA healthcare side for claims for medical bills, and then they can say, hey, I filed on this date for my claim and I got approved backdated. Can you please take care of these things, such and such and such, and then they can remove those.
So as a veteran, are they signing any kind of waiver of subrogation, meaning that their current carrier can't go after the VA for the reimbursement?
Not that I know.
No, and then
Well, that's a good thing.
That's something that the veteran has to do too. That's not something that the VA automatically goes back and is like, oh, your claim finally passed and you've been getting seen for all these things. We'll backdate these things too. That's something the veteran has to do as well.
So the veteran stands a chance to get their deductibles and their co-pays and stuff back, but the insurance company that covered the actual cost of it probably does not.
I'm not sure about that. That's something that they work out between themselves.
Yeah.
The insurance to insurance.
I can see that. 7:30, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall and Hollie Scoma.
Yeah.
Close?
Yeah, sure.
Tell me what it is then.
It's Scoma. You got it right. Now it's just fun.
The whole first segment I'm going, man, she didn't say I got it right, so what part of it did I get wrong?
It's Scoma.
Don't you
Scoma.
Scoma.
You don't know.
Work with me.
You don't. Yeah.
While we're talking about filing and going to people like her, I don't do claims.
Right.
And I'm not really a resource. I see myself more as a trusted conduit that knows what resource to direct you to.
Sure.
And we can be very helpful in that regard. But you're seeing now a lot of things coming out in email and whatnot from the VA. You can file yourself online. I do not recommend going up and filling out these forms. They're not as simple as they look, and you're going to look at it and say, well, what do they want there? And if you put the wrong thing in, you end up delaying your whole process. So
yeah, because the correction process is probably just as long as the normal process.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and so you've got your county veteran service officer. In this county, it's Charlie Leonard, but every county has one. To find his phone number. If you don't have it, they work for the county judge. So just call your county judge, and how do you get a hold of your county veteran service officer? Hollie does their training and is very consistent. Our veteran service officers now are pretty darn good, whether you're in Batesville or Harrison or Mountain Home. I'm kind of proud of the one we have here in Mountain Home. Charlie Leonard does an awesome job, and she can help. So I just don't recommend going up there and trying to fill something out on your own. If you fail to check one box or you check the wrong box on the form, you can just create yourself a big headache. So
Yeah, and so there are other options too. So the Little Rock Regional Office is having a claims clinic at the end of the month on the 25th, I believe. You could call to schedule an appointment with them, and so you could go and talk to them, and that's at the regional office, so they're like kind of a level up if they want. So that's 501-370-3829, and so that's the regional office, so they're doing claims as well. So we have multiple options that veterans can choose from. So
I spent about an hour on the phone with Mahalia on that number that you gave me on particular claim, and there's some issues that they didn't get the right form, or somebody forgot to do something at VA, but it's very complicated, and I did have to commend Mahalia for her patience, because it is frustrating.
Dan, how do you deal with Little Rock or wherever you're calling? Do these veterans have to sign a power of attorney for them to discuss their case with him?
Well, they normally do. That wasn't the case in this case.
In general, they have to, right?
In general, yeah. Even your congressman has to have a
release
not
of
a power of
information,
attorney, but it's a release where
Information.
you can give me information on this person's case. I don't do too much of that involving other people. I have my own issues.
You know, for people, as you both know, we've had a lot of people move in, move out of our area in the last 12 to 18 months. So a show like this is very important to those veterans that happen to move here, and they may not know where to go and who to talk to. So do you happen to know Charlie Leonard's number?
I don't off the top of my head.
But you can get a hold of the
870-425-8155.
There you go.
I just memorized my work phone number though, so they could call me. It's 870-404-6944.
There you go.
And then I can direct them as well. So
and that's important, because these guys and gals both will move into the area and not know who to talk to in this area. And then they spend a day trying to track it down and work it out.
We've just updated our billboards too. The You're Not Alone, U.S. Veteran Outreach, where we had the VA crisis hotline. Well, it was a long number to try to get into your head as you were going by a billboard. Well, as of July, nationwide, there's the 3-digit crisis line now, kind of like 911, but it's 988.
988.
And so all the billboards have been corrected. We thought that was kind of important, because the report that I got was the very first week that 988 went national, there was a 50% increase in the number of calls to that crisis line.
Yeah.
Boy, what an influence.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 988.
And so they give them resources. They can talk to a trusted counselor so that it's confidential, and help them get them the right things to help them get out of that crisis mode.
This may be considered as a strange question, but are all the people that do what you do and these people on the crisis line, are they veterans?
So I'm not sure about...
Not all of them on the
all
crisis
of them,
line,
yeah.
because that crisis line was really something that Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration had created. And then years later, VA came on board and with the same number, but dial one if you're a veteran. So, it goes back to way before it was a veteran crisis line. It was the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration hotline.
So I do think some of them are veterans, because it even says on like the website that they have like where they've worked or affiliated, and they know the mentality of military like lifestyle and things like that.
So when you're talking to somebody, they have an idea what you're going through. They not only is it a job learning experience and they've got that knowledge, but they've probably, the majority of them have been to a war, or they've been in the service, they've served some capacity or another.
And that's true of our county veteran service officers. They are required to be veterans as
or a spouse.
And so, yeah, you're dealing, and of course, we have our events in the community. Just because you're a veteran, that doesn't mean that they have anything to do with VA.
Yeah.
VA only has maybe 15% of people who served ever are involved with the VA. And that's part of the problem we have with our suicide prevention program in rural communities is where are all these veterans that we know live here, but they're not in the VFW, they're not into the VA system in any way. They've come back from service, compartmentalized that part of their life, and went on, became a school teacher, a police officer, fireman, whatever. And they don't see themselves as part of a veterans community, part of the law enforcement community, or part of the healthcare community. And so what our program has done is gone out and tried to find and identify all these veterans. Some of them are eligible for VA care. Some of them that are retired are under TRICARE. Some of them that aren't under anything except their employer. And in this retirement community have those that are on Social Security and what have you. So just because they're a veteran, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily the responsibility of the VA system. They may or may not be eligible for anything. And so it's been quite an operation to find these people, and we've done it by creating a community-wide network. It's not just the veteran service organizations, but the county government, the city government. Baxter Regional has been awesome as far as trying to be the provider of choice for veterans in the area ever since we got the community care network in place through the Mission Act. So there's been a lot of improvements over the last 6 or 7 years. The standardization of training for the VSOs. Yesterday I was informed that we have an issue in the community care system. If you're going to the VA clinic over here, the outpatient community-based clinic, now they can refer you to a specialist or to somebody in the community care network that's outside of VA, so you don't have to go a 3-hour ride in a van for a 15-minute appointment in Little Rock. Well, that started off pretty smoothly, but then suddenly they created some sort of a little board down there, and so the provider here can't automatically send you on a referral. It has to go through Little Rock, and so it's been delayed.
And get approved and then come back.
And
then
fortunately, I have a personal line to the director of Central Arkansas Veterans Healthcare. She's one of those people that gets past all the nonsense. And I sent her an email after Charlie told me about this issue. I sent her an email around 9 o'clock in the morning, and by 2 in the afternoon she had answered me, "We'll fix this." So there are people that you can help get rid of these problems.
Yeah, we want a bridge to cross, not a sea of red tape we have to swim through.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's not hopeless, and the problem is, like I said, we have this huge bureaucracy. I think I've mentioned before, I've actually talked personally to 4 of the last 5 secretaries of the Veterans Administration. And they always say all the right things about how VA is changing, we're becoming more veteran-centric and less VA red tape or VA regulation-centric. And the providers that actually provide the service kind of feel the same way. The problem is, in between, there are 30 levels of bureaucrats whose survival is based on their ability to nitpick regulations. And so getting around some of those, these people are not really decision makers. Now, if you ever served in the military as a commander or platoon leader or whatever, I'm sure you have regulations and policies. And that's fine when it's working, but you also have a mission. And sometimes you have to decide, the heck with that regulation, we're going to do what's right to make the mission work. And that's what's missing in bureaucracies. They don't have that decision-making leadership with a goal. Hey, they get hung up in all the bureaucracy and the red tape and what about this, and then when you have a question and it goes to the Office of General Counsel, that's where things go to die.
You don't like plants at my house.
Yeah. But it's frustrating, and it's an ongoing thing. We had a situation here recently where we had the Veterans Fair, called down to Little Rock to get some people. One of them was to make the ID cards. And when at first, well, we don't know there's that big of a demand up there. Well, guess what? That line started when they got here, and we had to expand the thing for 2 more hours because the line was still there. Yeah, there's a demand. We had another one with the vet center that said, we don't work Saturdays. I'm saying, wait a minute. I don't even get paid. My hours are Sunday through Saturday, 1 a.m. to midnight. If I hear the phone, I answer it. You know, how do you call yourself in veteran service and you only work 8 hours a day? And it doesn't make sense. But I'm one of those people that attaches a sense of urgency to pretty much everything that I do. And that's a lost art.
It is that for sure. 45 after the hour, we're going to be back in just a moment. You watch the morning show on XL7-TV.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're talking with the Veterans Bunch. That's
Nice.
Veterans
the
Bunch.
Veterans Group.
October 1st.
I was just going there.
I thought you might. On ASU campus, our Veterans Outreach and Veteran Appreciation Picnic. Going to be a big deal, I hope, this year. It was last year. We started this about I think this is year 17. But we used to do a little picnic at Hickory Park and appreciate veterans locally, and we'd raise $1,000 in the community and spend $1,500 to do it, but and we'd have a little entertainment and make some brats. Well, when we really expanded out into the community, and Good Samaritan came on board with us, and some of the banks and helped us, and the other veteran service officers, it grew to the point where about 3 years ago we outgrew Hickory Park. There was no parking, and it ended up a drive-by to get a brat. And so we went over and talked to Chancellor Myers. Said, we need a new venue, and he said, Dan, we'll do whatever you need. So now we set up big circus tents over by the Health Science Building. They opened the building for us, so we have restrooms. We have a provider that provides golf carts, so if you have mobility issues, you don't have to worry about walking from the parking lot over to where we are. We fed over 700 people last year. And Dr. Scott, director of Central Arkansas Veterans Healthcare System, brought their mobile unit up. We provided vaccinations and flu shots. The local outpatient clinic is involved, Baxter Regional. They're going to cook for us. Good Samaritan, Junior ROTC from the school, Chief Williams Group, they'll come over and they'll provide the colors and whatnot. Let's see. The youth wrestling team will be involved. All of these people help set it up and serve the veterans. The idea is, we already mentioned, all these veterans who are in the community are not in the system. I think we had 18 after the last picnic that actually filed and came in under the community-based outreach clinic. So that's how we outreach to these people, and they'll probably, I think we have 35 vendors already set up, all people that provide special things for veterans.
11 o'clock, it'll start with opening ceremonies. The Star Spangled Banner will be performed by Leanne Jackson, and then there'll be a performance by Katie Laney Project from 11 to 1. Have you got response back from the Lieutenant Governor, Tim Griffin? Will he be joining you?
Tim is not sure. I think he has another engagement, which is often the case with him. The others, Dr. Scott has put it on her calendar. Colonel Todd, he's going to be here for sure. Tim, I'm not sure of yet.
Be well, not all day, but a mid-morning event. Your entertainment stops at 1. How long do you expect the picnic will run?
We basically we start feeding around 11. We're done by about 1, and people start to tear down and move on. But Katie Laney has been our entertainment the last 2 years. They really enjoy doing it, and we love having them. So,
will your veteran service officers from the other areas, will they be joining in on this as well, or?
So I'm not sure if they're going to be joining in, but a lot of us are going to be there. And like you said, Colonel Todd will be there. He's my boss for the Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs. So we have a lot of people that show up and are there. And if we're not there in the capacity of doing claims or like getting appointments, we still have all of our cards and all the rest of the information there. So one way or another, we will make sure that people know how to get to us. And then speaking of other events that we have, on the 26th, next week, on Friday, we have the Women's Veterans Group meeting. And so they're meeting at Chen's Garden. We had to change it because the Fork closed. So we were supposed to be meeting at the Fork. Instead, we're meeting at Chen's Garden on the 26th at noon. So any female veterans want to come to that, they can. And then also, the next thing coming up, we're going to probably see more of these. We have a Lunch and Learn in Baxter County. The VSO is putting that on. It's on September 28th at 11 o'clock, and that's going to be at the Bob Davis Center. Just because there's so many things coming out right now, expect to see more events like that, like kind of lunches and learns or open houses or town halls. I know in Mountain View yesterday, they just spoke on the quorum court about changes and new numbers and things like that. So,
are there any groups for spouses of veterans? Help them deal with their spouses that are dealing with all this red tape stuff they have to.
Well, that's part of the big community effort, and we have efforts all over the place. We're doing the QPR training, question, persuade, and refer. People that are depressed, and don't be afraid to ask the question, are you considering suicide, and then make sure that some resources to refer them to. And it's not only our veteran service organizations, but Baxter Regional, Good Samaritan, Redeemer Lutheran Church. Pastor McReynolds is very active with us. They've had a program there called Stephen Ministries for years, and it's similar to how veterans do buddy checks. It started within congregations, but it's expanded way past that, and we're in the process of revamping that training to include the QPR training and so on, so they'll be able to. And that was part of where we started, 8 years ago, where the VA had this idea of veteran clergy partnerships. That was a way to find these veterans through their church community. And that lasted about a year, and they went away. And we looked at it and said, well, it may not be the answer, but it's part of the answer.
Yeah.
And so we've continued that side of it, along with our veteran service organizations and all of the community organizations that have really gotten behind and supported it. So we've got to the point now where we are actually recognized nationally. Look at what Mountain Home, Arkansas has done with very little resources. Mm-hmm. So they're calling on us to help with the Governor's Challenge. There's 28 states now that are trying to do in their state in different areas what we've done here in Mountain Home, and kind of using our framework. So we're pretty proud of this community and the effort and the results, which what keeps me going. I'm kind of goal-oriented, and success is very motivating. It's hard to quit when it's working. Mm-hmm. So we're shooting for 0 suicides. We're helping the Governor's Challenge. Garland County and Hot Springs County are involved in the Governor's Challenge, trying to create our framework, and we're working with them. Another county, White County, is trying to set up one of these similar, together with veterans outreach programs. So it's expanding.
You've got some other papers over there by you, Dan. Is there something else you wanted to pick up on the next 3 minutes?
Well, I've made a presentation to the Quorum Court, and I will be talking to the City Council about, we've done this. We started out, Dr. Wolford and I, kind of out of pocket for expenses, and then we got veteran service organizations behind us, got a small grant from Columbia Trust, administered by DAV National, and we really were able to expand into Marion County and Fulton County, and we got this small grant that we're working now. Well, you live by grants, you die by grants, and so part of what I've been going through for the last 2 years now is looking at sustainability. When these grants go away next year, how do we continue to function and expand this program? The Quorum Court was very receptive to the idea of a contract with us, the line item in the budget. The government is involved now. The county judge has done a lot of help as far as human resources, finding these veterans, as has the mayor. So it's time that the governing bodies step up and help provide the resources that we need.
This outreach picnic that you're having on the 1st of October, you anticipate getting a good number of new folks coming out of the woodworks, hopefully?
Hopefully that's the idea of it. And just a little bit on numbers. Census tells us that Baxter County population, 12.2% of the population are actually veterans. But that doesn't tell you the whole story. Census also tells us that the average home is 2.5 people. So 2.5 times 12.2, almost a third of our population live in a veteran household. So it's, when you approach it that way, you can see it's not just a small veterans community. It's a huge bunch of people.
Yeah, great number impact there.
And economically, it's about $51.8 million into our budget, and if we look
revenue that veterans are
statewide at the veteran population, if it was an industry, it'd be the 4th largest industry in the state. Mm-hmm. And then when we passed the act here 2 years ago, exempting military retirement from state income tax. That draws more veterans that are retired. So it's a growing population.
So join them at the DAV Veteran Appreciation Outreach and Picnic on October the 1st at ASU Mountain Home, starting at 11 o'clock on October the 1st, 2022. The event will start at 11 with the opening ceremony, Star Spangled Banner being performed by Leah Jackson, and then Katie Laney Project will come in from 11 to 1. They'll be serving something to eat. We appreciate you joining us.
And you don't have to be a disabled veteran or a disabled veteran member. Any veteran.
Any veteran.
That's
We've got to go. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.